Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. How are you all students? Today this is the 7th lecture of grade 9th. The chapter name is Chemical Reactivity and the topic name is Alkali and Alkaline Earth Metals. What are alkali metals? The group 1A of the elements except hydrogen are called as alkali metals, or the element of group 1 of modern periodic table constitute the alkali metals. The alkali metals are lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. The name alkali came from the Arabic word which means the ashes, that is, the remains of coals. These metals were first found in the ashes of plants. When we burn the plants, the combustion process occur, or when we burn the coal, the combustion process occur, and result ash is formed. Here you can see that this is the first group. Except hydrogen, all the elements are alkali metals. They belong to group 1 of the periodic table. It means that their valence shell contains only one electron. The one electron of the outermost shell will lose one electron and become a positive ion. So each element will become monopositive due to loss of only one electron. When one electron will be removed, only one positive ion will be formed. So we can say that monopositive ions are formed in the alkali metals. The ionization energy of alkali metals is low. The electrons thus removed is provided to an electronegative atom. The electron which will be removed from the alkali metal valence shell will be provided to an electronegative atom, as electronegative element has more capacity and more ability to catch or accept electron towards itself. And when electronegative element will receive or accept that electron from the alkali metal valence shell, it form ionic compounds. So the element of group 1 form ionic compounds with elements of group 6 and group 7. Group 7 are halogens. So what we study, that these elements are lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Secondly, the ionization energies are low as they belong to group 1 of the periodic table except hydrogen, so their valence shell contains only one electron. So when one electron will be removed from the outermost shell, a positive ion will be formed at its place. And alkali metals are now called as monopositive ions. So the electronegative element will receive that electron from the outermost shell of alkali metals and form ionic compounds. Now, occurrence of alkali metals. Alkali metals occur where? First one is lithium. Lithium found in the form of complex minerals. It mostly occurs in the form of spodumene. Spodumene is lithium aluminium silicate. It is basically a source of lithium. It turns from colorless to yellowish, purplish or yellowish green crystals. Sodium and potassium are abundantly found on the earth crust. As you know that they are present in the form of salts. Rubidium and cesium occurs in small amount in the potassium salts deposits, that is in coal and with silicate minerals in coal. Francium is not found in nature, it is prepared in the laboratory. So alkali metals are the most reactive metals and thus they do not occur in free state. They mostly occur as halides, borates, silicates, nitrates and oxides. Some alkali metals occur abundantly in nature, for example, potassium and sodium. Sodium is the 7th and potassium is 8th abundant element by weight in earth crust. Now the electronic configuration and the reactivity. The subshell of alkali metals is S, as we already studied in the classes that the subshells are S, P, D and F. So the alkali metal belong to the subshell S. When we go down the group, the size of atom gets increased, and when the size of atom increase, it can easily loses one electron from its outermost shell because hold of nucleus is less. In lithium, the hold of nucleus is greater, so the electron cannot easily lose, while in cesium, the electron can easily be removed. So the metals are the most reactive and cannot found in the free state. And as I have told you that alkali metals contain one electron in its outermost shell, so that one electron will remove and go to the electronegative element. Ionic compounds are formed and monopositive ions will be formed. Now, what are alkaline earth metals? The elements of the group 2A are called as alkaline earth metals. You can see here in the periodic table that the group 2 belong to alkaline earth metals. The elements are beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. The subshell here in alkaline earth metals is also S. They also have low ionization energies, but they belong to group 2A. It means that the outermost shell of alkaline earth metals have 2 electrons. Now from the outermost shell 2 electrons will be removed and M plus 2 ions will be formed. Now not monovalent atom is formed. Monopositive ion will not form here. Here 2 positive ions will be formed by the removal of 2 electrons. They will go to the electronegative element and form bond. So the group 2A of a long form of the periodic table consists of 6 elements, which are beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. The oxides of the 3 metals, that is calcium, strontium and barium, were known much earlier than the metals themselves and were called as alkaline earth metals. Before metals, alkaline earth metals were found in the form of their oxides. Since they were alkaline in character, alkaline means they are basic in character and occurred in nature as earth, that is lime, calcium oxide, strontium oxide and baryta, that is barium oxide. Likewise, we can call lime as gypsum. When lime reacts with sulfate, that is calcium sulfate, we call it as gypsum. When magnesium reacts with sulfate to form magnesium sulfate, we can call it epsom. And when barium reacts with sulfate to form barium sulfate, we can call it barite. This is the list of elements of alkaline earth metals, that is beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. The color of these elements are beryllium and magnesium are colorless, calcium is brick red, strontium color is crimson and the barium color is apple green. Similarly for group 1 element, lithium color is scarlet, sodium color is yellow, potassium color is lilac, rubidium color is red and cesium color is blue. Now the occurrence of alkaline earth metals, first of all beryllium. Beryllium occurs in nature in small amount in the form of beryl. What is beryl? Beryl is a mineral. It has hexagonal crystals, but the crystals of beryl are found rare in nature. Next, magnesium and calcium. They are like sodium and potassium and found abundantly in nature. Magnesium and calcium are present with sodium and potassium in rocks as cations. They form cations. They will lose their electron and become positively charged. Magnesium halides are found in seawater as well. Magnesium is an important constituent of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll contains green pigment which is called as chloroplast. Calcium is found in nature in the form of calcium phosphate and calcium fluoride. These chemicals are present in our toothpaste. Calcium is the important constituents of living organism. The calcium is found in the form of calcium phosphate and calcium fluoride, and fluoride is mostly found in our toothpastes. It is also an important constituent of living organisms. It occurs as skeletal materials in bones, as our bones contains calcium. So for the deficiency of calcium, we need milk. So calcium occurs as skeletal materials in bones, teeth, eggshells, our nails, etc. Radium is a rare element